We visited the Jackson home at Greenfield Village, and the experience was full of education and inspiration. The Jackson home is where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights leaders made plans to ensure that all Americans would have the civil rights promised to them. The Jackson family and community was at the forefront of the Selma to Montgomery marches of 1965, and their home was relocated from Alabama to Greenfield Village in June of 2026.
This picture where it has all cultures, all nationalities, and this is a picture that says marchers from all over the country participated in the Selma to Montgomery March, including Jim Lethlerer of Saginaw, Michigan, who marched on crutches the entire 54 miles. And if you see the picture, he only has one leg, and he marched with crutches for 54 miles. For the right of everyone to be able to express their voice and to express their plight for equality for all human beings.
Now we'll hear from Dan, one of the experts of the Jackson home at Greenfield Village.
We are now currently in Sullivan and Richie Jean's bedroom in the Jackson house. If Martin Luther King Jr. had to take a sensitive call, whether it be from the White House or President Johnson, he would take it in this room, as this was considered the most secure room in the house. I put secure in quotes because, of course, all of the phones were wiretapped. But I'm now about to play a conversation between Martin Luther King Jr. and President Lyndon B. Johnson. You will hear Martin first.
So, he mentioned how many people were registered to vote at the time of that phone call?
He was mentioning that less than 40% of African Americans in certain areas were registered to vote. See, Martin and LBJ are doing some very interesting communicating here because they're wiretapped, and they know that they're wiretapped. So what Martin is saying, without saying explicitly to LBJ, is, hey, did you happen to notice the areas where you didn't do as well politically were areas where there were fewer African Americans registered to vote? Getting the Voting Rights Act passed is in your political best interest. And notice how LBJ is promising nothing. He's playing it very close to the vest. Now, he's saying we want equality for all, but what does that actually mean? What is he going to do about it? And keep in mind, while they are having this conversation is being recorded by the FBI, the same organization that is trying to actively discredit both Martin and the movement.
So they had to be very careful how they answered.
They had to be extremely careful.
Discussed.
They had to be extremely careful. And the Jacksons knew that they were wiretapped as well. In fact, Richie Jean writes about a time where she picked up the phone, heard the receiver click, and then basically said to who was ever on the other end of the line, unless you want to hear about the latest town gossip, you may as well hang up right now, because that's all you're going to get.
There's a wealth of history housed at the Jackson family home, and we've covered only a small portion. Be sure to plan your visit so that you can share in the experience. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure to share it with someone else. Shalom.